Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from whenever you are listening to this recording from, wherever you're calling from as well. We had an amazing week last week. Friday was one of the best weeks. What's best days that week, I would presume, except for that USD card that went went crazy. I learned it was as a result of the oil news. You know how, for some of us that know that oil and CAD have some correlation. Oil is a commodity, and I think Canada is one of the countries that really have commodity as their key um, instrument. So we have places like Canada, New Zealand, Australia. So whenever oil moves, those currencies are affected. Oil and gold, I think, yeah, those currencies are affected as well. So that is why we saw USD CAD sink on Friday. So that was an indication of the fact that CAD was strong, meaning oil was strong as well. So for some of you that took that USD CAD trade, well, if you had a stop loss in it, you probably wouldn't have lost more than 30 pips. But if you had your stop loss open, probably will have lost 200 pips. So that's why we should always have stop loss um, in our trades. So again, I don't always want to make this session long, make it as short as possible, at most 15 minutes, so that it's easy for us to watch. So at a glance, you can already see how many news releases, high impact news releases we have for this week. Not very many, but this week is going to be the NFP week, so it means we have to be very careful. Although we don't have much more, much liquidity, volatility like we used to do previous years, but we still need to be careful. You can see on Monday we have GBP USD as well, GBP news, USD news as well. The days you'll be going to be looking, being very careful um, in would be Tuesday, I think Wednesday and Thursday, because you have the speech here, and then you have the NFP on Friday. So you just need to be careful as you trade, so you don't, just in case you have a high volatility, you won't get your account will get blown. So that's what we are looking at for this week. Speeches, NFP, and a few news releases here and there. So I go straight to the charts. A number of us took some trades last week. They were really, really good ones. So I'm just going to try and see if I can go over some of them that will be for continuity this week. I'm looking at this trade. I'm really expecting this trade to keep coming down. This Euro JPY, the Euro yen, I want it to come down. I'm looking at this 38 level and possibly may also come all the way to this 61. But again, you never know what market could do. I think this is a butterfly. Yeah, this is a butterfly pattern. So, but if I bring it down to the smaller levels, you can already see we made those movements. Right now, this is where it is. I actually thought it was going to come all the way down before coming back up, but hasn't done that. So it's here right now. Yeah, right now I opened with a gap. I know it's going to fill that gap before letting us know what it wants to do. So I'm still expecting this to come down. So, but if it comes above this level, as you can see it here, if it comes above this level, I'm going to take another buy. I'm going to take a buy just so I can, um, that would be, I wouldn't, that would be pretty much scalping. I wouldn't be staying for too long. Probably would take TP somewhere around these levels. This would be the major level. If it goes up, this is the major level to get to. And it breaks above that, then these are the levels. You go to your higher time frames, you see the levels that have been created. But I'm really waiting for you to come all the way back to this zone before it does that bounce, that final bounce. If it's gonna keep going up, so see where it is at right now. So I'm expecting it to break out of this zone. So I'm expecting to come back to it before bouncing. But if it doesn't do that, maybe this is the last level it's going to get to. Because if you look at it on the higher time frame right now, it's a demand zone. So maybe it is trying to, maybe this is the final leg of that movement. So again, you can't always tell what the market would do. You just react to it. You react to whatever actions it does. So that could be the final bus stop for it. You can see that touch drop, broke above it, retested and jumped, and now came back to it, created that demand zone. So now it's putting that bullish engulfing candle. So what would happen if I'm going to take this trade? Excuse me. If I'm going to take this trade, I'm going to enter somewhere around here, probably put the sell limit somewhere around here. Yep, my stop loss would be maybe here. Because that will be too obvious. They could stop hunt me on this level, so probably put somewhere here or somewhere here, and then my TP will be here. So if I enter this trade, my what's that? So if I enter this level or this level, comes back to this level, or probably middle of this engulfing, I will be taking TP at that level for 165, and then my risk would be maybe that would be massive if I put my risk here. But I have a feeling that it would go longer than that. If it's going to break, it might go longer than that. But notwithstanding, I'm not going to take that risk. I'm just going to be on the jump in and look for opportunities to jump out in these key areas on the higher time frame. In the smaller time frame, these key areas. Just look for opportunities to jump in and jump out. I won't stay in the trade forever, especially when I know that it's not a very high probability trade, and with a high possibility of being stop hunted. So I have to be careful. Euro USD, that's that one. Again, this charts I'm looking at, I'm going to send the charts in as well so that we can compare with our one. Let me see on the higher time frame. Euro USD, it broke back into that trend we were expecting. This was what we saw. I think I created this someplace else. So I expected this this is what I saw. So I expected this to break above, retest and jump, probably get to this level. But yeah, again, I don't know what price is was going to do. So it broke above it quite all right, came back down, but broke in, and and where did it get to? Got all the way back to that key level that we looked at a few weeks back. Key level here is where it got back to. So because you can notice price every time price got there bounced, got here bounced. So I believe this was some random sub hunt. Yep. So and came back bounced, and what did it do? It broke out. It broke above and came back to that level. So this is gonna go back, probably back to maybe this trend line or back to this level that is just created again. So just keep an eye on that level if you want to take a trade on this one. So it means I thought it was going to do that. Oh, okay, never even came down. I thought it did. Okay, that was my trend line. I think I should change the color of that trend line so it doesn't confuse the whites. So don't mix it up. So I'm expecting this to break below. Right now, it's not looking that way. But again, based on confirmation, is only when we're going to take the trade. So if it breaks, comes back down, it's probably going to TP. Okay, it's already giving me that TP from Friday. So expect this to break below and come back down to TP here. Then we can expect it jump from there based on price action, because every time price got to that level, it got bounced into. We expect a jump from here as well, back up. But if that doesn't happen, it means it's going to break back down, and then this would be the first level, this would be the second level. So be on the lookout for Euro USD. can always drop to your 15 minute, which is what I was using to map it the other last week to see the smaller levels where you can enter in from. Now, this is a trade I'm really looking forward to taking this week. Well, because if you see this, if I draw this out, this is a Gartley pattern. Why is it a Gartley? Because as you can see, if I'm taking it, assuming this is the right place to take it from, it bounced off this 61, which is a key area as well on the higher time frame. Remember I put this there, I put this sell here, based on price action to TP here, and that happened. If you drop to your 1 hour, you will see that dropped and then TP'd here. And so right now I'm expecting this to play out. That's the 28 and 23, and then 76 is the key level where it's supposed to excuse me, so I'm just take this out. I don't like that color on a gray. My gray backgrounds like to have yellow. So yeah, so this is gonna go. So you can see that for some of you that already know what Gatleys look like. So that would be the D leg. So from there, I'm looking to TP would be here, and then possibly here. That's assuming that is D, assuming it doesn't go below that level. Assuming it doesn't go below that level. But again, oh, what am I doing? Oh, sorry, my bad. Excuse me. Measured it bad. Okay. Should be from here instead. It's XA. So yeah, so this would be my D leg, and then my first TP will be here. Second TP, possibly, yeah, all things being equal. So that's 61 and that 38. Assuming this is where the leg is. Now, one other thing that can happen is this may be wrong. This first leg, impulse leg, X may be wrong. This may be the X. And if this is the X, remember the market is controlled by different people, market makers, liquidity providers, and what have you. So if this is the impulse leg, then it means this is 38. It's not even up to 50. Then this would be a possible bad pattern. Bad pattern now. Yeah, possible bad pattern. Yep. So if that is what it is, then this would be. Let me take this. This would be all the way from here. Oh, come on. Take this out. Okay. This would be all the way from here. And then we would expect this to drop even further. This would be 78. Bad pattern, sorry, will be 88. So that will be your D leg. And then this will come down. Here. This will be, again, it's the same measurement, 38 and then 61. So that's where your TPs will be. So assuming this is where the impulse leg is, if this is not the impulse leg, I'm expecting this to be the impulse leg based on a lower time frame price action I saw. But if that is not the case, so again, that's one way. The second confluence would be, second reason why I feel this is the place, the D zone, is when you come to your higher time frame. You can see this, right? That's a range. Yep, a range was created here. Yep, Now we know what happens when price breaks out of a range. It comes back and retests that, the top or bottom of that range, and then bounces. So I've seen that happen. So this is what has happened now. Price broke out of that range, came back and retested. As you can see, there's a rejection happening here. You know, so that's that level which we saw as our D leg is also in confluence with the top of that range, so which offers a high probability trade for us if we want to take this. Now, again, that doesn't mean jump into the trade. It means look out for confirmation. So I'm gonna look out for confirmation before I take this, because for all I care, these guys can decide to push this a bit lower. They can decide to push this a bit lower to this level. Okay, I think I got some notes here. So if it moves a bit lower, then this is the likely bounce off zone. That's this zone here. So anything lower than that, then the bottom of the channel. Then anything lower than that, then it gets to the bottom of the channel. So if we're able to get a bounce off of the top of this channel, which is coinciding or in confluence with the the Gatling pattern, then we're likely going to be seeing a 530 pips move to the upside. Yep. If that happens, why? One is that maybe it could be because of, okay, let me see if I put it up here. You can see that zone, the next available zone, which is this one. Look, that's why the higher time frame is really cool. You can see the next available zone, this one. If it breaks above this zone, then this is the next zone. One other thing that can happen is the TP could be this range height. I hope I'm not gone beyond my time, but I think I have, so I'm just going to stop here. So the TP would be this. Okay, this would be the TP, possibly. Yep, possibly. So I'm just going to keep that there as well. Those are possible levels. This is already 530 from here to here. If you add this, that will be up to like 800 or thereabout. And then if it breaks above that, we're seeing more than 1,000, 2,000 pips move just from this. The downside is equally true, because if it breaks below that, then it means it's coming back to the bottom here. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this session. I'm going to talk to people on the other side, but I'll stop recording now. See you guys on the other side.